Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Gemini, Sun, Moon or Rising. And Gemini, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for January 27th to February the 2nd. This week, Gemini, we have the Unbound Oracle card. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Lovers, and the Six of Cups. So, it's time for you to stop investing your energy, Gemini, in a situation that's potentially toxic and not serving you. Explore new terrain, and then that's when the right energies start coming in and are attracted to you. So let's just start off by reading out that Oracle card, Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. It is time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Take a look at the patterns in your life that are ready for you to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence, or chastity, or poverty. It is time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from trauma of past lives. So you are being asked to release something that potentially is a soul contract, a karmic lesson that you've needed to learn, Gemini. So yeah, I'm really strongly feeling it's tied to this situation here, because behind that Five of Wands, guys, is this guy, the Devil. Yeah, so some of you may have been involved with a manipulative energy, or just some kind of toxic individual, toxic relationship, be it in love or in the workplace, right? So devil energy can be, those kinds of people that just sort of suck your energy resources. It can be the kind of people that are trying to control you in some way, someone who's trying to bring you under their regime, their hypnotic kind of steer, maybe for their own gain. It's that kind of energy. It can also be, people with debt issues or, spending issues, addictions, and that kind of thing also. Mixed with the Five of Wands here, guys, I really feel that this situation has resulted in, arguing potentially, bickering, fighting, quarreling, conflict and challenge for you, be it internal or external. So it's really important to release yourself from it. I do think it was a karmic contract, and there has been an important lesson for you to learn out of the situation. And once you have learned that, you're not going to repeat it again, Gemini. But it is time to know that that it needs to be released, because the danger when we stay in these kind of toxic situations is that it's not sustainable, and over time it really drains our own vital energy resources. So what you need to ask yourself, Gemini, is what has been the payoff for the cost of you staying in this situation? If it's a relationship, it could be, well, obviously it's a lot cheaper and easier to live in a partnership, and we can be faced with our own financial struggles if we need to go out on our own. In work, releasing a job can mean that we need to find another one. We might have a completely different commute. It might take us a lot longer to get to work. We might not be able to achieve the same kind of pay that we had, or we might have to say goodbye to some, really dear work colleagues. But know that, the kind of the antidote for getting out of these sorts of complex situations, Gemini, is change, and a change is required. And I think there is going to be a big decision that needs to be made, and it's not going to be easy. But, if you look at the Lovers here, we have the Lovers again down here, they are chained to the Devil, but these chains are loose enough for them to free themselves. So there is a pathway out, and there is a sense that maybe you've stayed connected to this situation longer than what you really should have. We have the Seven of Pentacles here, guys, and this for me is really that reminder that it's really time for you to go and invest your time and energy somewhere else, somewhere that's going to be more rewarding for you. So it's possible that a lot of you put a lot of energy into this job, this relationship, whatever it is for you. And, I think that you've just reached a point where, well, you can see that you're just not getting it back. And it's likely that, you might be dealing with somebody who is a bit more of an energy vampire, and it's really kind of draining on your resources. But it's time for you to find, a situation where you can receive as well as give, Gemini. Yeah, and I really think that you're having that awakening, and you're not really willing just to keep on toiling away if you're not getting anything back. So I feel that to move on from the situation, there is going to be a big decision of the heart that needs to be made. Now, the Lovers, I'm just going to put the Devil back on top, guys, because it's got the Lovers in it as well. It's a good little visual representation here. You know, the Lovers, before it was a romance card, was the big key decision card in the tarot. So I feel like it's going to be a difficult situation and decision. It's going to pull on those heartstrings, but know that by making this decision to resolve the situation, to walk away from it, whatever you're choosing to do, go to counselling if you want to try and save the situation, it's going to change it. If you look at the difference in colour and energy between these two cards, we're releasing and eclipsing that darkness and moving into much brighter times with the Lover's energy here. So the decision is yours. You know, you have free will, but I feel like, you know, this is you releasing a soul contract and freeing yourself. So whatever you feel you need to do to free yourself will be right for you, Gemini. Because we do have progress here as well. We're moving from the Seven of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel that after you've made this decision, you can then start rebuilding in a new direction. And the thing about the Eight of Pentacles for me is that this is somebody working independently and happily and successfully. So there's no one holding this person back. There's no toxic energies. And this person genuinely is really loving this moving on and this building process and carving out a new direction, a new future, one chisel, one hammer at a time. And I think you're going to be really, really proud of what you achieve, you know, this week and over the coming weeks. So proud that, you know, you almost want to put it on display or tell people what you're achieving. It's that kind of energy. So that's a beautiful progression there. And I want to pair that with the Page of Wands, because this is all about you entering a new chapter of discovery. You know, you might feel a little bit, even like a little bit lost or in the desert after releasing that Gemini. Sorry, not that Gemini. You could be dealing with a fellow Gemini. We do have the twins here represented twice. After releasing that devil energy, you know, it's something that's held us quite stuck and maybe quite suffocated and claustrophobic for quite a while. Some of you might feel a little bit like in that space in between and not too sure where to go, but just enjoy that space and freedom, Gemini. You know, this is about you getting ready to be that explorer of life again, to explore and rebuild in a new direction, because we have the 3 sand dunes here, which are the startings or the rumblings of new manifestations. So really think about, what do you want to achieve? What do you desire? And then what inspired action do you need to take in order to get there? The Page of Wands can be a messenger as well, a message that comes in that somehow leads you on this new path. It can be a passionate offer, maybe even from a younger fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But, you know, he's holding that Ace of Wands and inspecting it. He's really, you know, getting back his sense of curiosity for life, a sense of energy and enthusiasm, and getting ready to get out there and explore life again. And things might feel, you know, a little bit new and unfamiliar for a little while as well. But this process, Gemini, is really going to start shifting your energy and raising your vibration, especially if you were attached to a much denser energy when you were in that toxic situation. And you know what happens when we start to just be genuinely joyful and happy and raise our vibration? We start attracting good energy, guys. So here we have the 6 of Cups, and we have another number 6 in this reading as well. And 6 is that number of harmony and growth. So you're going to be moving into a place of much more, you know, peaceful, calm, happiness, joy, love, fulfillment. And the 6 of Cups for me is about now being able to receive again as well as giving. So in an equal exchange, equal energy exchange, whereas in the situation here, I feel like it was all take from you and no give. The 6 of Cups can be someone coming back from the past, reconnecting with an old friend or even lover that might re-enter your life. It can also be you rediscovering your inner child again, your sense of playfulness after maybe being suppressed and controlled for a period of time. Or it can just be, new love coming in. When we have the Page of Wands, a passionate offer. So you could be receiving a passionate offer. And if you do, this love or friendship, whatever it is, really has the ability to grow and develop. I mean, these cups are blooming and overflowing here. So it is a really beautiful energy, guys. We see you completely changing gears from that devil energy. So sometimes it's just time to acknowledge that the karmic contract is complete, it's done, and we need to retreat our energy from it, pull away, and start investing time and energy on the things that are really going to serve us, that are really going to grow into security, stability, joy, harmony, and love. It's not necessarily going to be an easy decision, Gemini, but you've got this and you're heading in the right direction. Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I wish you all the best this week. Do keep in mind it's a general reading, so it won't be for every one of you guys. Feel free to leave me a comment. Always love to know how it's playing out in your daily life, and I'll see you back here next week for another reading.